And I was like, hey, there's no 80s story out there like that. So this is the story we want to create, that it was in a 24-hour time period. It was in a small town, and it was all these people on the cusp of coming to age. And, you know, in American Graffiti, you've got Richard Dreyfuss as Kurt Henderson, and he's supposed to go to Wade College with Ron Howard's character, and he's afraid of going.
Right.
He's afraid of going. And then in Dazed and Confused, you got Randall Pink Floyd, and he doesn't want to sign that thing because he's trying to become his own man and be his own person. And our main character, English, you know, he's the guy, he's a star quarterback, he's had 2 undefeated seasons for Liberty High School, he's won the championship both years, and he's got a chance to go play football for Notre Dame.
Scholarship to Notre Dame.
Fighting Irish, baby.
Yeah.
And he's got this wonderful girlfriend he's been with for 4 years.
Right.
You know, his dad died when he was 11. Victim of Agent Orange from
tragedy.
Yeah, and so he's got the. So there's a lot of reasons to stay home, but part of it is being afraid to move away. But the other thing is he feels like he's always been doing what people thought his dad would have wanted him to do if his dad was still alive.
Right.
And so they always keep pushing him, and he's starting to wonder if he's his own man. So he wants to strike out and be his own man and not go away. And so his idea is, hey, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend, promise ring, because, you know, he's so poor in high school, and I'm going to stay here. And his friends, well, they have a very different ideas. They don't want prom to be all the romantic night, but also they're his friends, and especially his best friend, Whad, doesn't want him to throw away his entire life. He has a chance to get out of this small town.
Yeah, he has a chance to really like go out there and make a mark in the world. And I think that's kind of the universal message in this book is, you know, we all have an opportunity to go out and make our mark in life, and it's safe to stay at home, and it's safe to, you know, want to hang out with your friends and your girlfriend. But the hard thing, and it's quite often the right thing, is to kind of leave the nest and kind of go out there and make your own way in the world. And this book really kind of explores all that.
Yeah, it's scary to take a risk. In anything in life, it's scary to take a risk.
Right.
And if you look at the people that you admire, the people I admire, they're people who did things because they took a risk.
Right.
And that's what it's about. And you know, and it's a fun story. I mean, it's a senior prom. It's about, you know, making sure we have enough beer and making sure we have the right dates and enough alone time with the dates and things like that. And so, you know, and this isn't raunchy or anything. I mean, this is like if we were going to choose someone, if he were still alive, to like make this movie, John Hughes. This is like this is also an homage to John Hughes.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it is. You know, there's a lot of characters in this book that you'll find recognizable. I mean, I guess, you know, when you look at like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they'll characterize them as the jocks or the geeks and those kind of things, and you'll see that. But you know, we've kind of chose more colorful ways of you know, showing these characters.
Yeah, and you know, and all of our guys are football players. The main characters, all the guys are football players,
which are pretty much true to the way I kind of grew up.
Yeah, and I was the drama geek. So you know, but you know they're still your universal characters. So you got English. You know, we've already talked about. We've got his best friend. And by the way, one of the fun things that we came up with, all the guys go by nicknames. Everyone in the story is nicknames,
which is kind of how it really is in high school.
Yeah. And so his best friend is a guy named Whad, and Whad is the opposite of English when it comes to relationships. He wants to get with every girl in the high school. Yeah. And so by the time proms come around, he's dogged out every girl in the senior and junior class, so he has to take a freshman.
Yeah, whose dad is an insane dude. Like, you do not want to mess with her dad.
Yeah, that actually has a funny payoff in the end there on that one. And then they have another buddy that they hang out with named Skaggs, and Skaggs is basically a lunatic. And Skaggs is going stag to the senior prom.
Why?
Well, he stood up his girlfriend to go to a triple kegger on her birthday. He didn't make her birthday party.
Probably not again.
He thought she should have rescheduled her birthday party.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was insensitive of her.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is that his girlfriend Debbie, she's not going to go stag to her prom.
Yeah.
They set her up with the limo driver.
Who? How many proms did he go to?
I think this is 7.
Yeah, this is going to be his 7th prom.
So the limo
7th senior prom.
Senior prom. So this is a guy. The limo driver is a character called the Shane.
The Shane.
And the Shane is that guy, and we all know that guy that doesn't want to grow up, that doesn't want to leave town, that wants to keep reliving high school. When you look at American Graffiti, it's the John Milner character. When you look at Dazed and Confused, it's all right, all right, all right. It's Wooderson.
Right.
And you got the Shane, and he's so obsessed with going to the senior prom, he goes to work for the limo company.
Yeah.
But he was, in many ways, he is the potential of, the ghost of Christmas future for English, because
Totally.
he was the star quarterback.
He did actually go away. In our story, he went away for a year. And
No, he was less than a year.
Less than a year. Yeah, he winds up coming home really quick.
Coming home and just can't get out of the high school thing.
Yeah.
And that's the Shane, which... All right, we have to. I think we have to tell how he got named. The Shane. The Shane. So originally he was just Shane, pot smoking limo driver.
Yeah.
And
then with one of our drafts somehow
there was a typo.
Brian started calling him the Shane.
Yeah, I put the in there, and we were listening back to it. We had the computer reading it to it, and the Shane said this, and we're like, the Shane what?
I know, like, why did it keep saying the Shane?
We're like, wait, that's brilliant.
Yeah, so we actually thought it was pretty funny.
So he becomes the Shane and refers to himself in the third person. So talk about being completely out of reality.
Yeah, he was actually created by a computer.
We have a... Okay, so we have a character in there who, every time I read what we've written, I shake my head. I'm almost laughing in tears.
Why is that?
His name is Action.
Action, yeah.
And he is a 300-pound dude who is always up for a good time no matter what. Wherever he's at, the party's going to be.
Yep,
always quotes a movie or a TV show.
The life of the party, he makes things happen.
Has 2 prom dates.
Yeah, 2 prom dates.
And a monster truck.
Yeah, he did well in this.
He did pretty well in this. But he's a lot of fun. Now, of all the characters that are influenced by someone, he is influenced by someone that you went to high school with and someone that we dedicated this book to.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And why don't you tell them a little bit about our friend, your friend, who I've had the pleasure to meet once, but...
Yeah, Eric Norton, longtime friend of mine. I've known him all the way through high school, through college. After college, he wanted to come in and work with me, where I, worked and kind of followed me into that realm of sports television. And a couple years ago, he passed away. And so he read every draft we had ever written.
Every draft?
Yeah.
I think he read some that you didn't even read.
Probably.
Yes.
I was probably burnt out and he decided to read them. But he always gave us tremendous feedback. And he always thought it was pretty cool that he was going to have a little homage in the book pretty much to him. And we decided to dedicate the book to him.
But yeah, Nordy was a big fan of this story and didn't get to see it come into print. But
he's very missed, but I'm sure he'll read it wherever he is.
There might even be a character roaming around the story that has the name on there.
Yeah, I think there is.
There might be. And we have a couple other characters in there, total geeks who model themselves after Maverick and Goose from Top Gun.
Top Gun movie was big in the 80s. And
Lisa is English's girlfriend. She's been his good and faithful girlfriend since they, I want to say the Sadie Hawkins dance of their freshman year.
Yeah.
And she has her own plans. She wants to go off to RISD, Rhode Island School of Design.
Yeah.
Become a fashion designer. And, the idea of English staying home and marrying her may not be all the same for her as it is for him.
Yeah, I do think that there's a perception where people think that girls want to just grow up and get married and have kids, and Lisa's really not the type of girl.
This is the class of 1987, not the class of 1887.
Exactly,
yeah,
right. So I think Lisa was one of those girls that wanted to go do her own thing. She had a boyfriend in high school. She didn't necessarily think that was going to translate into something after.
And it's a real dilemma because the fact is she loves him.
She does love him.
She loves him. And then, we've already talked a little bit about Debbie, Skaggs' ex, who ends up with the Shane at the prom.
Right.
Because she's not going stag. And then there's another character, one of their good friends, who's Megan. And Megan is the ASB class president, but she also is one of the girls who got dogged out by Whad. So there's a lot of friction going on there. And she takes the Dutch exchange student, Job. Job, because Europeans have more manners than these American boys.
And all Europeans have names that start with Y.
Yes.
We also
made me start thinking of every European I knew there, so you totally blew my concentration. Totally blew my.